friends, Kevin here for the Chord Progression Podcast, back in with another reaction for the first one in 2024, and a suggestion of Amaranthe, the Nexus is what we're going to go for today. But instead of me doing it solo, we're going to do it with the man that recommended it to me. So please welcome Mr. Heavy Metal Joker, Julian Purnell, as our guest reactor today. So Julian, welcome.
Thank you for having me. Oh, I cannot wait for you to react to this. I'm finally going to convert you to Amaranthe. Let's fucking do this.
We'll see if it happens. Put in the comments if you think it's going to happen. Before we jump into that, though, if you're not subscribed to the podcast, subscribe right down here. New episodes of the podcast every single Tuesday and Thursday, all throughout 2024, and these reactions every single Friday. But without further ado, don't wonder. Let's go.
You are the best.
It's like watching the beginning of GoldenEye.
I was thinking more Mission Impossible, man.
Maybe.
They always go out at the top with their intros.
Maybe, but there's no Tom Cruise here to really get us going into that, so.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah.
I prefer the Pierce Brosnan and James Bond style,
Yeah.
but that's just me.
Hey, I'm not going to argue with that.
Now it feels like we're like getting started for like a Call of Duty type fucking multiplayer shit.
I was just about to say, like the newest Call of Duty intro.
They should have used this then.
For real.
All right, what do we got? We
God,
going like
10 years ago this came out.
No wonder it kind of gives that like the Avengers type vibe, just the video.
Yeah. Very for the time.
A little bit of old synthwave style coming in. Okay.
Yes, Elise!
Okay, that contrast between clean and uncleans is really nice, especially with the uncleans being a little bit higher. Wait, there's the third vocalist here?
3 singers, baby! That's how this band is unique! Chorus!
Oh, so the production, the backing, just gives that such stronger cinematic presence. For that chorus, female cleans over the male cleans in the mix really made it stand out a lot more powerfully in my mind.
Wait, best part right here.
Nice, the symphonic parts come in for this one, Julian. Back some pre-chorus action. Let's just keep flowing with it.
Yeah, it's a very flowy type of pre-chorus, and then here we go.
But it's that unclean versus the clean of the pre-chorus, which really allows it to stand out a lot more for that flow.
Yeah, and like why I just like that it's always a male and female singer, just like the dual vocals every chorus. It's so fucking good. And this is the original version of the lineup. This isn't the current day lineup.
Ooh. It's like Liam Neeson Taken right there.
You do not talk when Olaf shreds.
That's like the bandmate rule right there in effect once again.
Literally. Oh, it's so good!
You also need the symphonic style vocal to make it as cinematic as it is.
Just the synth parts in there just make it so much fucking better, man.
I think you said it best, Julian. Before we get to the breakdown, do you like Super Mario Uno? Do you like pillows in the shape of a baguette? Do you want a podcast in 2024 that's going to show you all the great new music and new bands in rock and metal? Well, if you answered yes to any of those questions, make sure you subscribe to the Chord Progression Podcast. We review some of the best rock and metal bands out there and some of the best up-and-coming ones in 2024. We're going all in with everything, so hit that subscribe button and don't miss out on a single episode or band. And now, to the breakdown. So that was the Nexus by Amaranthe, the band Julian's been telling me to react to. The best way to do it is to literally do it with him. So definitely taking a look at it. I mean, for me, you guys know I love when everything gets much more manic, much more crazy, much more insane. This song had a heavier, consistent flow to it than something I necessarily expect. But there are three things that specifically stood out to me, and Julian, you can comment on these. First was when it came to the overall vocal pattern, using three different vocalists. You have your female vocalist, of course, taking the lead in the verses, primarily in the chorus as well. Then you have your unclean vocals matching the chorus, or matching the verse, I should say. Then these cleaner male vocals in the pre-chorus to lead into it. A lot of times when you have something like that, there's a lot that could go wrong there. However, just how it was all put together, where you had different timings, you had different flows between the two of them, or I should say three of them. It all amplified each part to the next and allowed it to continuously flow from one spot to the next.
Yeah, and that's always been one of the big things with Amaranthe. Like, they've been around for many years now, and like this version, like I said a little bit during the song, this is the original lineup. They have a completely different lineup now. Jake E, the clean vocalist, has his own band right now called Syra, who are doing very well. And the screamer for this, I think they had a couple screamers since then, but those screamer they were with for a very long time left. I've listened to every single form of Amaranthe, and every single time, like, they just keep getting better and better and better. And like that flow that they have with each other, like that dynamic of the three vocalists, doesn't matter who like is singing or screaming, they always find a way to make it work. Jakey's vocals here are a little bit more like that raspy, almost kind of grungy type of sound. The new guy they have is a little bit more power metal-esque, like more operatic in a way, but he still fits perfectly with the band. And this band is labeled as symphonic metalcore. And you could hear a little bit of the metalcore stuff in the riffs, and definitely with like the drums and stuff like that. But like, I feel like songs like Inferno, but also like Drop Dead Cynical, and other songs that they have, like, they definitely showcases the metalcore stuff even more, because they do have breakdowns in some of their songs, but they don't have like a build up, then a breakdown. It's sort of just like, you know, just jamming out a little bit, and then just boom, out of nowhere, a breakdown hits you. Like, that's how this band has always been. So if you ever do react to Amaranthe in the future, just keep that in mind. It's not gonna be like a crazy build up to a breakdown.
Well, you guys know I love the crazy build-ups, the breakdown, but still something that you brought up in terms of their newer vocalists, where they have a lot of different styles that come into play, and especially more with the, power metal operatic side of things. That's where part number 2 in the song really stood out to me, was the way the production was put together, specifically on the chorus, how it amplified more of this cinematic theatrical style to the song. When you're watching the music video, you really definitely feel it. It really blends in very well with that symphonic metal style, the symphonic metal flow, just to bring it out as much more of this operatic, like you said, but at the same time, like, you're in a church, you're in this grand hall, and you're listening to something just truly powerful hit you. Epic music time right there. But it's also how the vocals portrayed everything with it, where they amplify that cinematic style, and they allow the backing more metalcore style of Amaranthe to come forward a little bit more with the chugs, to basically contrast it, but provide it with more of a backbone going forward, so the song continues to have that flow. But then you got to the guitar solo, and yeah, we shut up during that one because we follow the rule. We follow the rules here, people.
Yeah. You never talk during a guitar solo. That's just show respect to the guitarist. And Olav, man, the amount of people that don't know how good this man is just sad to me. But just like every other member of this band is just incredible. Johan and Elise, such an incredible singer. And I forgot the names of their current members, which I feel like that shows you how much of a fake fan I am. But but just like, this band has always just had so many incredible members, no matter how many members they've had, come in and out, they're still that fucking great. And like, Olav as a guitar player is just so fucking good. And But Johan, Elise, Olaf, and Morten, who's the drummer, they're like the OGs. They're the original members of the band, and like, yeah, like they deserve every single bit of success they have. Like they're a big deal. Like a lot of people don't realize how big they are in Europe. Like they've played with many big bands. They've played many of the big festivals. I want to see them get big over here, because like for the longest time we've never had like this, I guess, power metal-esque type of band break through in the U.S. The last one I can think of is Sabaton. They were able to really break through over here in the U.S., and now they're opening for Judas Priest. That tells you how much people really want, like, this type of metal here in the States. Like, yes, Dragon Force exists, and yes, Camelot exists, but, like, we need more of that cold, like, European style. Like, hell, Powerwolf, one of the most legendary power metal bands of all time, like, symphonic metal bands of all time, and they just came to the U.S. for the first time last year. Legends coming to the U.S. for the first time last year, and I think with how big of a splash they made and how big of a splash Sabaton made over here, they need to be bigger. Because last tour they just did, they were direct support for Dragon Force. And I think I personally want to see them up there even more, like as big as Sabaton is now. Because Sabaton are playing these massive venues in the US anytime they do a headlining set here. And I just want to see more of that.
I'll say we'll see if it happens though, but of course when it comes to something like that happening, there's always got to be some sort of moment that people really latch onto here in the US with a band like this. When it came to Sabaton, yeah, there's a lot of different moments that happened. Think about Dragon Force. Dragon Force wouldn't be where they are right now if it wasn't for Guitar Hero 3. I'm going to be honest with you in saying that. But when it comes to this song overall with the Nexus, I can see why a lot of people like it. I can see why this is the gateway into Amaranthe for a lot of people, given the symphonic style, given the flow of it. Personally, for me, you guys all know I love when things get more manic, things get more crazy. That's the more punk rock metalcore side in me. However, will I continue to try and check out Amaranthe in the future, see what happens? I mean, why not? At this point, why not? Because there is a lot here that I like. Maybe it's just not latching onto me right away, but you gotta go and give it a shot and see what happens. So I want to thank everyone for checking out this reaction. When it comes to Chord Progression Podcast, go make sure you subscribe right down here. As again, new episodes every single Tuesday and Thursday. Reaction every single Friday. Hit the like button right down here because, you know, probably like this video. So go and like it. Help push the algorithm. Julian, you know what to do.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Julian, Heavy Metal Joker. Thank you so much for checking out this reaction video, and thank you so much to Kevin for allowing me to be here today. You can find me on Instagram, my only form of social media known to man, Heavy Metal Joker _music. I'm currently working on my best albums of 2023. Just finished my worst albums videos. Oh, those are going to be spicy, and I know I'm going to get some shit for those. Go check out my videos. Go check out my page. I'm going to be going crazy in 2024. And go listen to the fucking podcast, man. Go listen to Chord Progression Podcast. Subscribe to the channel. Listen to it on any streaming platform known to man. And more importantly, go support my friend Kevin. Go follow him on Instagram. We need to get the Chord Progression Podcast Instagram going back up again. Shit.
Hey, we're over 3,000 followers, man. I think I'm doing somewhat okay.
Yeah, you're doing good. You're doing good, but you need more, damn it.
I do need more. On that note, this is Kevin. That's Julian. And we're out.